Our last episode was a celebration of stone as Marcus, our stonemason, took the time to carve an archway out of a single solid piece of granite. It was incredible to watch, and one of those things that might not have been possible if we hadn't, behind the scenes, been facing some significant challenges on the build. The stone we need to continue our build has been in serious short supply, as the weather in Portugal this year put a stop to production. Thankfully, we think that today will see the end of that shortage, as new stone arrives on site and we can continue to move forward and build on these little gems of creativity that the delay and additional time afforded us.
Now, it's not very often that I stand in front of you and say, I've got no idea what's going on at the moment. The only thing I do know is we're working on the roof today. It's going to be a unique opportunity, an opportunity for you guys out there, me, probably Tara, definitely the boys, to watch and learn something new. I mean, we're learning new stuff on this project every single day, but today, instead of saying, I think this might happen, or this is probably going to happen, it's going to work like this, I'm going to say, honestly, I haven't got a clue. Let's go up and see what's happening. All right, so we've got Daniel over there in the corner. He's just popped a brick down, or a block, sorry. We've got Adam over there. He's dragging a hose pipe up. Not sure what for. We've got blocks all over the place. And right over here, a pile of ready mixed concrete. That's what the cement mix is all about, I'm sure. We've also got string lines. Here we go. Probably easiest to look at that one. There we go. This string line here is moving up towards the apex of the roof, which has been mapped out by this piece of wood right there. And of course we've got the loft hatch, that much I know. And we've got Daniel right here sticking a block into place. I don't know why. No idea. But we're going to find out in this episode. Something cool is going to happen. So right up against the edge there, you can see a string line right here running across. Now, that means that's basically the edge of the roof. The roof is going to come, of course, over the edge of this concrete slab. And underneath that, there's going to be these cornicings carved out and made from stone. I'm really excited to see how those go in. I was talking to Eduardo a couple of days ago, and he was saying on top of this slab we're going to put down huge blocks of kingspan type styled insulation, so that's going to be going down, and then I think we'll be covering that again with another layer of concrete, I think, but I'm not sure. The blocks, I don't know what the blocks are going in for. I guess it's going to be a support structure for the roof beams that will be coming later on. And those roof beams, I think, are going to be made out of concrete, kind of like the concrete, exactly like the concrete beams that we've used as the structural elements for the air blocks to go in between when we've laid the slabs. Before I get down from here, I'm going to stick my Coolify Air around my neck, which is a pretty special personal air conditioner. It blows out cold air from here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the specs and all of the snazzy stuff a little bit later on in this episode. As a guy that doesn't like fancy gadgets particularly, and doesn't really know how to use stuff like this, I was very, very skeptical in the beginning, but having stuck it around my neck on hot days like today, it's absolutely perfect. Yeah.
Couple of big things happening today, folks, and the first one is just arrived. We're finally getting more stone. We've had a bit of a drama with stone because it ran out, and it ran out because we've had such horrific weather this year that they actually couldn't cut it in the quarry. So we started getting messages from the contractors to say, oh my gosh, the stone's run out, we can't get any more. We saw Joachim's son yesterday, who went to 4 different quarries, one as far away as 150 kilometers searching for stone. Anyway, I think the dramas are fine now. The weather is lifted, they can start cutting stone again, and the truck is here with our next load. So the stonework can carry on. I can see Marcus down there. He's evidently very, very happy. And yeah, things can carry on. We're also got everybody working up on the roof. And when this has happened, I'll take you guys up there and explain what's going on. Because yesterday was all a little bit unclear. But this morning, we know what's happening. So let's head up there and take a look. Starting to get a little bit crowded down here. We've got the blocks which they're using for the roof. We've got all of that stone over there. Everybody's kind of parking down here as well. We've also got this big cement mixer, which I think is almost ready to depart the build site. Joaquin arrived with that small one today. And I imagine, as usual, they'll just dump the rocks here and then be able to work on them from there. Towards the end of the week, this big boy is going to move. So because the guys have been having a lot of trouble getting the crane to reach the other side of the build site, it's just not quite long enough. And when they were putting in that stone over the arch, they just managed to make a really long pulley so that it worked. But it's not like a feasible solution to build all of the stone and all of the work that needs to happen on that side of the house with the crane not quite reaching. So I think at the end of this week or early next, they're going to be moving the crane. What that entails sounds slightly terrifying, but I have been assured that we have muito respeto for my beautiful tree, because that's my biggest concern, is that any work that happens around here is going to compromise the well-being of that magnificent tree. But they're going to get a digger who's going to come and clear this mound and make a path, basically, for the crane to be able to move from where it is now to the front of the house here. And that way it'll be able to reach easily both sides of the build site. Honestly, makes no sense to me how they're going to do it, but none of these things really do. And they always prove me not wrong, because I don't think they can't do it, but they always find a way. They always know what they're doing. And so the crane is going to move, I'm sure. Okay, whose is better, mine or yours?
Mine, definitely. This one is the Coolify Air, wraps around your neck like you'd expect, and it blows air up and down. Now, at the very beginning, like I said a little bit earlier, I was extremely skeptical about the use of having one of these around your neck. Certainly for people who genuinely feel uncomfortable in hot temperatures, it's going to be a game changer for you. How best to describe what it actually does? It's not like having a fan around your neck. It's like maybe when you go to the fridge on a really hot day and you take out a can of pop, a can of soda, and that can of soda is super cold, and you put it on your skin, you know, it's like, that feels so nice. That's basically what it feels like to have this around your neck on a hot day. It lasts for 6 solid hours without running out of battery. And if you've got it on the fan only mode, 24 solid hours. And if you're in the wintertime and you want to use it as a heater, then another 6 hours.
This is the Coolify Cyber. It's a slightly more expensive model. It comes with its very own built-in smart display, which tells you your battery life, your wind speed, and your temperature. You can also control it on the app, which is super duper handy. And this is a more of a immersive experience. The cooling and heating pad surface area is slightly bigger, and it also blows air up and down and all around, so that you feel
360 degrees.
360 degrees.
Comfort.
Super duper comfort.
Your mum is going to love these.
Honestly, my mum is a person that has really struggled since she went into menopause with feeling so hot, with her hot flashes and stuff. And I think to be able to have something like this to just put on and take the edge off that feeling of discomfort is incredible.
Yeah.
The guys are going to use it in the summer when it gets really, really hot. I'm excited to share it with Diogo later, because he's going to be so stoked to have something like this. I cannot tell you how hot it gets in a bee suit. This is going to be amazing for them.
Click on the link in the description below. You'll go through to the Coolify website. Remember 2 things. 1, by clicking on that link, you're going to help support our channel. And number 2, you might just find something on their website that you find extremely useful and very, very cool.
Literally.
Love it. I always worry about our olive tree at this stage. you know, and everything else.
So much to worry about.
It's always exciting, you know, but today especially exciting because we've been waiting a couple of weeks for this stone to arrive.
I'm just going to climb through here because I really want to get the sense of that rock falling. It's epic every time they drop stone off.
Nerve-wracking stuff.
There we go, just like that.
You see Marcus and Adam with their tape measures out, measuring the stone, having a good look at it. Joao's also just walked past and said, it looks like they're not going to need to work with that stone very much in order to make it into a wall. Some of the rocks are about this thick. Some of the stones are about this thick. So I've got a feeling they're going to want to halve them. Others look really, really perfect. So anyway, the plan now is to build up the entire side of the house here, and then lift up the crane, move it to the front of the house, destroy our views for a little while, and finish off the entirety of the rest of the house. That's the plan anyway. So we should see a bit of a rapido stonework going on.
That's good news. I was just chatting to Joaquin, who just said no more problems with stone. Now it will just keep coming. Marcus is cutting my window, by the way. Have a look at this.
That's great. There's a man that's done that a few times before.
Right, it's tea time, so the guys are on break. So while they're doing that, let's climb up and have a look at what's going on the roof. I haven't actually been up there yet, not since they started doing what they're doing, so it'd be really interesting to see how it's looking.
Yeah, yesterday we were talking a little bit about how confused I was about how the build was going to go up and what it was going to look like. How are they going to do it? I think we'll go up there today and it'll become really, really clear. It's quite exciting to see what work happened yesterday. Are you coming up, Danny?
Yeah.
Come on in.
You know how much I love a ladder.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, the days of climbing up ladders are numbered, isn't it? Ugh. I just don't love it. Right, did it. Oh wow, this is impressive, isn't it? So it's like sails and doors. There's a door. I'm not sure I understand this. Is this like the walls and then they put the concrete beams across like this to make the roof?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, let me explain. We've got those strings lined up and put into place. They're everywhere on the roof, and you can see that the complexities of the shape of the roof are really starting to become obvious. But simplifying that, what Adam and Marcus and Daniel as well, mostly Daniel, has been doing is putting block work up to the edges of the strings, and then on top of that we'll be laying concrete beams fairly similar to the concrete beams that we've been putting down as support structures for those orange blocks in the floor. And we've got these little doors so that we can access every single space of the loft when it's fully completed. One
of the main reasons that they've started on the roof now, not just because we had a delay with the stone, but also because they're really, really conscious of the seasons. And we have now, you know, summer looks like it might actually come this year. And it's going to start getting really, really hot in a month or so. And what they don't want is for the guys to be up here working when it's 40 degrees, because it's just not safe, it's not smart. So better get this done now while it's still a little bit cool, while the temperatures are not so fierce. And then, you know, head on back down again when things get really, really hot and work in the shade. On those really, really hot summer days, these Coolify personal air conditioners are just going to be a total game changer for the guys. Imagine working in 40-degree heat up here in this baking hot sun with no respite. Well, no more. Now we have respite on offer in your own little personal space. I don't know, just like a walking zone of comfort now. I love it.
Oui. Must.
So we've seen this before. When we get a stone delivery, a whole pile of stones comes into one single place, and then after that, Marcus and Adam take every single one of them and line them up across the driveway just so they can have a good look and see what they've got, and then they know when they're building the wall which stone goes into which place. They'll probably spend the rest of the day doing this, lining them all up and having a good look.
Right, folks, things are getting pretty interesting around here. Diogo has just arrived with a new swarm for our hive. Now, if you remember when we first started doing beekeeping stuff on the farm, it was because we were trialing out this new designed beehive. It mimics the shape of like an opening in a tree trunk. So it's supposed to be a little bit more natural for the bees, more preferable for them. And a little bit different. So we installed it on the farm and Diogo put a swarm into it for us. Very sadly, that swarm didn't survive an infestation of varroa mites. This afternoon, we're installing a new swarm into that hive. I'm going to go and check out and see how it's doing. So, yeah, I'm excited. I loved that process so much. It was the start of our love of bees, and I think it's going to be good fun, isn't it?
What's that?
What we're doing this afternoon. You need to get your suit.
Right, yes, suit up.
Suit up, boot up. So we'll go down and see him and get stuck into a bit of beekeeping. Most importantly though, I'm not going to forget to take this. Imagine how much of a change this is going to make under a bee suit.
So if anybody has been around these parts for a little while, you'll remember it's actually one of my very, very, very favourite episodes that we've ever put together, to be honest. Not just because the experience was just mind-blowingly cool, but also because the edit was so beautiful. Sometimes when you edit, when we put videos together and you complete an edit, it's like, wow, man. You know, I really, not only do you really enjoy the process of sticking clips together and putting music over the top of it, but you also get to the end of it and you really, it kind of affirms the experience you had, the beauty of it. It's brilliant. I've got the sheet that we used last time. It's right here. Tara's forgotten it, so she's going to definitely be needing it. And we're on our way down to the new location of that particular beehive, and I can see Diogo's already down there. So my darling, you did forget the sheet. There's your sheet.
Thank you.
Good.
So what are we expecting to see in here, Diego? Are we expecting to see honeycombs and all sorts of cool stuff?
We're expecting to see honeycomb, yeah.
Nice.
But I just hope we don't have wax moth. Okay, since the colony died. When did it die?
A while ago, like at the autumn, wasn't it?
Wax what?
Moth.
All right. So Diego, what is that?
So this is wax moth.
Wax moth.
You can see here a larva. And now the wires, they're all connected.
They're tied to the bottom as well.
So what's the plan now? You're going to
take out all this wax, clean.
Okay.
And then put it back in position.
Okay.
And place the swarm inside.
So, Diego, when the colony gets varroa mites, do they know that they're being attacked and just leave, or do they just capitulate and die?
They slowly die.
Really?
So the varroa mite gets into the cell when the cell is about to close by the bees with the wax. So when in larva stage, the varroa mite gets in, and then she feeds off the hemolympha, okay, like the blood of the bees. So then the bees, when they hatch, they are born with several viruses. So like the acute bee paralysis, with deformed wings, with the deformed bodies. But the bees never die inside the colony. There's one thing called the colony collapse disorder. So the bees always die outside the colony. So if they are sick, the bees leave and die in the field.
Yeah.
How did you assemble this? Laying down?
No, I think it was actually quite... But the strings was really complicated.
So now this one, so the next one we go... Yeah?
Opposite, okay.
Opposite.
I don't know now.
Because the last time we tried to find the queen, it took about an hour, didn't it? An hour and a half. And then we never found her and we just chucked them.
Yeah. I'll do a quick search and then we'll check them.
So we've just finished clearing out all of the wax that's been infested with the wax moth. Retied everything up, and now we are getting it back into place, and then we will start trying to get the bees in.
Proud of you, darling.
Drum roll, please.
Hey, Diego, you missed something.
Let's go get the bees. Let's go get the bees.
Yeah.
It's been about a year since we first met Diego and our beekeeping journey began, and what hasn't dimmed one little bit is the sheer excitement and awe that we feel when we're surrounded by the bees. What has really grown, though, is my own experience and confidence around the bees, and today was a little milestone moment for me.
Nice, we got the queen.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you just spot the queen?
I spotted it. Well done. That's my first non-month.